Right, hey, good afternoon, ladies and gents. Welcome to Raceface.PRO. You're joining me. My name's Alan Patterson, and we are live here from Watkins Glen in the United States of America. It's the 8 hours of the Glen. It's round 4 of Raceface.PRO's endurance series, and yeah, good looking field here we have this afternoon. Cars have just got on the grid, as you can see, and we have 2 minutes and some change before we get going. So let's cover a few things. The track, for those of you that haven't seen, this is where we're at. We're racing the full version of Watkins Glen. Start line and pit lane down at the bottom left, then turn 1 through the very super quick chicane up the hill and to the bus stop. Then we go, they call it the inner loop there, the outer loop, turn 5, and there normally on the short track version go straight along to turn 9. However, we're going to come down the chute into the what's known as the boot section, through turn 6, 7, 8, back up the hill, back onto the original track at turn 9, then the fast last, second last and last turns, turn 10 and 11, and that'll be a really quick lap around Watkins, and it's a fast track. Grid. Let's have a look at the teams. ATK Sim Racing are here in force. We've got them, Morgan McCall, Christian deploying Christian Fenter making up that team. Kinetic Simworks Racing is here. The Hybrid Academy boys are here. Team Shake, very strong team that will be here today. Ryan Ottens, Daniel Rowe, Johan Bega Krobler, LNI Expendables, the under the radar guys. Ryan Barrington Smith, Sean Strader and Paul Fenter, and a few whoever else might be driving the car, I'm not sure. Team Early Birds Retro Esports, here we have Jason Isherwood's Retro Esports team with Dwayne Hall there. Third driver Stark Boertief, he's racing as well. I'm not 100% sure who's on and who's not at the moment. We're currently load shedding, but we got 8 hours to sort all of this out. And yeah, there we go. As you can see, a clock down to 5 seconds, and going to start for the pace lap. Looking forward to this. It's going to be a long afternoon, so I'll do my best to bring all the action to you as and when we see it. A lot of good looking cars out there, all the skins as up to date as possible. There's the familiar ATK livery, black, red, yellow color scheme. Morgan McCall doing the opening stint. Next to him we've got Lazar Kavor. Lazar for Kinetic Simworks Racing, that's the black and the dark blue or purple liveried KSR car, Aston Martin. Then we have Hybrid. It's Ryan Otten starting for the Hybrid boys. Super quick driver and in a quick car. Right behind him, it's Ryan Barrington Smith for Logistical Nightmare Racing, the Expendables team. They're in the pink BMW. Behind them, it's Henry Mayer in the first of the Audis for Team Early Birds. Dwayne Hall is back there for Retro Serenity. Here he comes in the grey and black BMW with the maroon stripe on it. Niall Bullion, the second of the Team Logistical Nightmare Racing cars. That's in full livery for LNR. They're down in 7th place. Ruan Saliers. Ruan Saliers starting in 8th place in the Aston Martin for Team Avaro Racing. A good looking car there. And now, strangely enough, Eric Kirstein is Team Tryhard Racing, Team Wormslung. He's gone back to the pits. So I'm not sure if he's had an issue, but that's where he's going to start once the cars come around. Ruan Kleinans for Team SRC. He's out in another Audi. Then we have Ruan van der Westhuizen in the Sol Lamborghini Team Ground Zero Racing. Love that livery. It's a in-game livery, but still good looking car. Then we've got Jaco Nordia for Kinetic Simworks Racing Team Force, the other BMW. So KSR, good couple of cars and teams here. Graham Mole in the Sol McLaren, in the Aston Martin for Team Karugma Racing. Tinus Buerta is the Sol McLaren, and he's Team Tryhard Racing. They're the gold-coloured McLaren. And coming up the hill, we've got Reginald Mitteleni for Noob Nation in the Honda. I believe we will wait to see if this is true. He's going to do the entire 8 hours all on his own in that purple, white, and red Honda. There he is. And at the back of the grid, we've got the last two cars, two Ferraris. It's Jean Mostert for Iron Lynx, Team Iron Lynx Racing, and Gerard Pretorius for SRE Apex Racing. The two Ferraris at the back of the grid, 16th, 17th respectively. So we're going to come forward to Henry Mayer. Here he is. How's it? Everyone on the YouTube channel, Hybrid Academy's there already, saying Ryan's got to get Cavor quickly and try not to let ATK or Morgs get away. How's it, guys? And welcome. Thanks for joining. Yeah, agreed. This is going to be a difficult start with that Mercedes up front, but the Astons are super quick. And Mayer in the Audi here also presenting himself really well. So let's see what happens. We're going to I'll sit on Ryan Ottens' car, the Team Hybrid car, and we're coming down to the line. There we go, green lights, we're off. And we do have some more other drive-through for Nordia. So he's gone into the pits. Kirstein's in the pits. He'll only go 30 seconds after the field goes by. Through T1, and they're off. Right, we've got an update there. Fenty is opening the stint for ATK, not Morgs. So Christian Fenty in the ATK Mercedes up the hill and going. Looks like Ryan Ottens has slotted into second place and is doing exactly what the team boss said. So he's chasing down that ATK car. Further back, everyone feeling their way through the first of the bus stop. And looks all good from the helicopter view, just dropping a little bit further back to make sure. And yeah, single file, everyone through, being very sensible on the opening lap. Right, up we go, and Ryan Ottens, foot down. He's trying to chase down Christian Fenty in the Mercedes. It's the two Mercs at the moment opening with big shots across each other's bow, but they're off. And there's already a little bit of a gap, small gap to Lazar Cavor. Lazar, the Aston Martin with Mayer, extremely quick Audi back there. And then it's Barrington Smith and Dwayne Hall and Al Bullion, LNR. Two LNR BMWs sandwiching Dwayne Hall for Retro Esports. There we go. Boot finished through turn 10 and 11, last turn, and over the line for the first lap of this 8 hours from Watkins Glen. The 8 hours of the Glen. And all looks good. A little bit of challenging going on in the back there. Let me add. Tinus Buerta coming in the McLaren, but it was Aston. I think it was Celiers. It is. So Ron Celiers in the Aston, looking all over the back of the BMW. And that is there's big contact coming up the hill. Gonna have a look and see what happened there. It's car 53. So Nal Bullion gets going. Just behind him now. It's not Jaco. It's no, it's not Barrington Smith. Oh, I missed that. We'll catch it again. We'll see what happens. But big coming together for that BMW. It was... yeah. Dwayne Hall, I'm afraid, for Retro Serenity. And that car's very hurt. The front bumper, the bonnet is up. Everything's all over the place right there. So a little bit of a rocky start, moving around, going up the hill. Aston Martin of Cilliers had a good drive out of T1, and he had his car up the side of the BMW, and there was a bit of contact. So I'm sure we'll see Hall come in and get that sorted out as soon as he can. Bad luck there, but let's go back to the front, and Ryan Otten's closing in. So they're going to try and make a meal of it. Hopefully we do note the absence of PWSR Racing. They unfortunately have had to withdraw for personal reasons, and we don't have any PWSR cars here, but we're going to have a good dice between these two teams for sure, and we'll see how Maya and Cavor, as well as the LNR boys, can bring the fight to them. On board Joe was Ryan Ottens. Had a few good races with him of late in the GT3 series, and what diggity dog, this man's got super fast. I think, oh, this looks good. Christian Venter feeling the pressure. I think their lead and real-time racing driver has been handing down some very personal racing lessons, but Ryan Ottens and the other teammate for this team, Johan Baker Krobler, these guys have got very quick. Ooh, it was a big moment there for Christian Venter over the curbs. We'll just quickly catch that again. Oh, he gets very sideways there, and the Merc touches him but doesn't turn him round. So nice bit of control there from Ryan Ottens. That could have gone the wrong way, but all's well. And there we see Dwayne Hall in the pits to get that BMW fixed. I think he picked up a ton of damage in that uphill crash. So guys are feeling it out here early on in the race. How's it to everyone on the YouTube? All of a sudden we've got 17 people there, so it's slowly but surely climbing. Okay, Jaco Nodia in the pits with his BM to complete that drive-through and get it done and dusted. It's 8 hours. A drive-through is nothing right now, but unfortunate way to start. They were possibly in the wrong grid position, or not in. Oh, look at this, look at this. Christian Fent having to run defensive up to the bus stop. Ryan Otten's got a huge drive. Oh! I'm going to make some weird sounds throughout the evening as we see this close proximity flying by these boys. Avira Creative is out there. Team Avira Creative on the YouTube. Welcome. WT. Good luck, guys. JW, how's it? Welcome. Gerrit Janssen van Vieren, the sucker sheep himself. He's there and shouting for LNR. Yeah, this is some good stuff. Done some tuning and mods on the overall look and feel of the game to try and give it a little bit more realistic look. So looks like a nice heat wave out there. It's a subtle little mist. It's not crystal clear, and just gives the game look a nice bit of ambiance. Ryan Ottens all over the back of Christian Venter. Christian Venter having to wonder now, and his team will be talking to him. Does he try and maintain this pace? Is he able to maintain this pace? Or, I know it's track position, and you can see he's running defensive. Moving on the start, he's gone back across. Ryan's down the inside. Ryan's in the braking zone into T1 and sends it up the inside. Nice clean pass. Christian giving him plenty room. Ryan also aware of where he is. And there goes the hybrid car. Anton Lammers, how's it? He's shouting for Cilliers and Kleinans. And Mitteleni's already in the pits. That's Rambo Mitteleni, for those of you who don't know. He's driving the Honda this afternoon. And he is he's chilling in his rig for 8 hours, or that's how he puts it. But he's in the pits now, so I think he's got something wrong somewhere. Maybe tire pressures are wrong, I don't know. I'm sure we'll see him come out shortly. Let's drop a bit further back. We see Lazar Cavor. Let's go look through the field and see what's going on here. Lazar for Team KSR. coming up the hill, and there they are. That's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, as you see them. Team Allen are the BMW of Niall Bullion, and they're holding down fifth place at the moment, and then quite a big gap, 3 seconds back to Ruan Cilliers. Here he is for Team Avaro Racing. Had a little bit of a rocky start getting the livery to show, but all good. Glad I can help and get this thing to look how it should look. And there we go. Right behind him, we can see Ruan van der Westhuizen in one of the big beastly Lamborghinis. Personal favorite of mine, but just can't seem to drive it quickly, to be honest. Tennis Buerto for Team Tryhard Racing, the only Sol McLaren in that team. Also a car I don't seem to get along with. Hate the sound of it, don't like the look of it, but some people can get it to go. So as I said, we're currently load shedding. I do have there's a McLaren here. It's Ron Kleinhans doing a full send up the inside. Into the bus stop goes the Audi. And nice pass there, actually. I heard it, but we didn't see it. But Ruan Kleinhans takes the position away, moves up into 8th place. So as I was saying, currently load shedding here, but I do have a backup production PC, which I'll be spinning up just after 6 o'clock. Get that plugged in and all functioning, and that'll provide us with a picture-in-picture view where I'll be able to show you some replays without disturbing the current view, or watch the auto feed coming from other cars while we watch the normal race feed. So I'm essentially managing 2 machines at the same time, but it worked okay in test, so we just got to wait for the power to come back on. Yeah, right. Barrington Smith, it's the other LNR BMW. He's all over this McLaren of Buerto and wanting to get by. So Buerto feeling the pressure in the opening half an hour. Pace is very quick, even though it's in 8 hours. Let's look at the, I'll give you some lap times. Our lead is Ryan Ottens. Best, a 1:45.1 race pace. It was his last lap, in fact. Christian Venter, 1:45.9. Henry Mayer, 1:45.2 in the Audi. So he's going to start closing in. He's in fact right there. Let's go up ahead. And here we go. Henry Mayer's caught right up to the back of Christian Venter. So this is going to be the next move. Henry Mayer's also been showing some huge improvements in the GT3 Championship. And I expect they're going to be a force to be reckoned with this evening. Lazar Cavoy in 4th place, a 1:45.3. Niall Bullion, a 1:45.6. Then Ruan Cilliers, 46.0. Ruan van der Westhuizen, a 46.0. Ruan Kleinhans, a 45.9. And the rest of the field, 46s. Dwayne Hall out the pits, cars repaired. He's back on the track and going, or albeit 24 and a bit seconds behind. His last lap of 46.3, so he'll be picking up the pace, but not a good start for the Retro Esports guys. On board here, we're going to see what happens with Henry Mayer. It's going to get a huge tow with this Audi. This Audi is super fast and he's very comfortable in it. Christian Venter is going to be watching his mirrors because Mayer wants past. He wants to try and chase down and hang on to the back of Ottens. Otherwise, it's going to be hybrid off and into the sunset. Yeah, thanks JW. Just you're going to have to give me 45 to 50 minutes and I'll get the other box up and going and all running and bring you some world-class coverage for this this round. Oh, Mayer through the bus stop, super efficient. Also trying to run a huge stream You can select your little settings on YouTube, and you can bump up the quality. I'm pushing out 1440 P60 HD, so it's a very high quality, high res stream, currently running at 122 frames a second. So I've got everything running on all cylinders right now. Ryan Otten's up at the front, and he's going quicker. He's getting more comfortable. It's a 144.7 his last lap. So Ryan, low altitude cruising right now. And the Mercedes just grunts along. We're going to go on board and we'll catch a fast lap around Watkins Glen. And he's already coming up to lap. That looks like it's Reginald, Mr. Rambo Mitteleni up ahead in the Honda. He's about to go a lap down already, and Otten starts a quick lap. I will put the car into basic HUD mode. You can see the inputs now, bottom right hand corner. Throttle flat out up the hill, no problem there, no issues. Delta up on the Delta, as you can see at the top left, it's a green box. Now hard braking with ABS set to 3. Little dab on the brakes, off, and carries the momentum through the bus stop. Rides the chicane smoothly. Mercedes looking awesome. Now gets a tight apex and then puts his foot down. Down we go into the boot. Little downhill, big round left-hander here, almost a hairpin. Got to be patient before you climb on the fuel. More downhill, and then this banked hard right-hander up the hill. You just let the grunt drive from here, foot down, let it run wide, and there we go. Very nice corner up the hill, and he's closing in on Reginald. Right, 120, 140 meters out, hard brakes, hook to the right. We're coming out of the heel now onto the original track. Here it is, coming from the right. Turn 10, this almost flat out, little lift there, but and then here lift and gear down, hook the apex. This entry into the pits is quite entertaining, and then hard drive over the line, and that lap for Ryan Ottens, a 145.030. Right, going to drop down the field a little bit. We're going to Mr. Mostert, the Ferrari. John Mostert. He is on the back of Mr. Eric Kirstein, who had to start in the pits. So I think it's the other way around. I think Eric Kirstein's busy driving through the pack, actually. So he's probably just gone past from starting in the pit lane and is already up to 12th place. 17 cars entered or started for this round. Yeah, Ryan Otten's very comfy in the Merc at the moment. And I'm not going to say Watkins is an easy track. No track's easy, but it's a fast track. And you've just got to get the right speeds through all the corners and carry as much momentum. And naturally, having the right setup also helps the car to grip up and run quickly. I think I saw in early practice Mr. Daniel Rowe doing 42s as well as Morgan McCall. They were in the 42s in quali setup. So it's a very, very fast track. I mean, we're talking like a Monza speed as far as a full circuit goes. Even though there's some tight and windy sections, it's a quick track. It's a fast lap. I don't think there's any corners where you're in first. Everything is second or lower. Okay, going forwards to Ryan Barrington Smith. He's in 10th and he is pushing hard. He's chasing Graham Moll in the Aston Martin. Team LNR out in force in the BMW M4s. Oh, a little bit of understeer coming through T1, but you've got a long wide line that you can take through T1, so no problems there. No real issues on this track with track cuts. So I doubt we'll see that many drive-throughs from a point of off-track excursions, because it's pretty lenient. Hey, Bat69 Lot, how's it? Ottens, get it? I see what you did there. Ottens. He has been on fire recently, and a new wheel also bringing out his best. Yeah, Ryan's super quick. Right, here we go. Berries. Mole, defensive down into the hairpin at the toe of the boot and going around the outside. They're side by side as they go around the toe. Sure. Mole doing excellently well here in the Aston, and Berries again up the side. Both drivers giving each other lots of room and lots of full-on respect. Now Berries will have the inside into this left-hander and takes that position. Good clean racing by everyone involved. No contact, nice and respectful. And off they go. It's going to Niall Bullion for the LNR car up ahead. And he's now looking at Christian Fent in the Mercedes. As they come up this hill. Super historic track here, by the way. Watkins Glen. Sure, it's been around for ages. IndyCar, sports car, Can-Am racing. Just bear with me, I'm just getting some information here. Commonly known as the Glen. Southwest of the village of Watkins Glen, New York, at the southern tip of Seneca Lake. Track was opened in 1956, so there you go. It's well over 60 years old. It hosted the Formula One US Grand Prix for 20 consecutive years from the 60s to the 80s, and also a lot of NASCAR racing, and it's currently owned by NASCAR. And we've also seen international motorsports as well as IndyCars here. So track's catered for a lot of different types of motorsport racing. The long course that we're running on today is 5.4 kilometers in length. So known as the Grand Prix circuit. You consider lap times that they're doing. 1 minute 44s, 1 minute 45s for 5.5 kilometers. Right, LNR, here we go. Now starting to hustle up the back of the Mercedes of ATK. Into the bus stop, and everyone braking nice and cleanly. Niall Bullion will take his time. Niall racing out of Scotland, for those of you who don't know. Him and his dad, Lee, and Niall. And he's just got to tie up a lap here, and he'll be pressurizing Christian Venter for this position. Just missing one or two apexes as he follows by. It's target fixation, really. It's just a matter of watching the car instead of watching your track and your racing line. But this looks promising. Right in the draft now as they're coming up and out of the boot section. Just up ahead, you can see the Honda of Reggie. He is being passed by the leading cars, and this group are going to be on him in the next 2 to 3 laps. On board here with Niall. That Fanatec true dual-purpose rim wheel in front of you. That's some impressive bit of kit. The fact you can race a GT3 BMW and then remove it with a quick release, plug it onto your rig, and then go and race in a Sede Corsa Competizione. That is just, that's mega. That little line between sim racing and real racing is getting thinner and thinner by the day. I think Reggie's going to become a factor in this dice, because they're going to be there shortly. A little bit of a train going on behind you, as you can see on the track map. That is from Barrington Smith backwards. We've got Mol, Buerta, Kirstine, Mostert and Pretorius, all give or take 15 to 20 seconds. 6 cars covering them. Then a bit of a further gap back. Reggie there, and Dwayne Hall recovering from that huge damage. He was 20 something seconds off the back of Reggie. It's now 9 seconds. So, yep, 8 hours are going to be a long time for you to haul back that damage. Unfortunately, due to the time spent in the pits, he is a lap down on the leaders. So on lap 12, Ryan over the line now and starting lap 14. Right, Christian Venter. He now needs to get past this Honda, and Reggie's going to be going, what do I do? Where do I go? Christian might have him before they get to the bus stop. We'll hear the Honda if he lifts or if he's going to stay in it. I think he's staying in it. He is. So Christian going to get caught up behind. Oh no, and Reggie's just gone farming. Oh, he didn't get that right at all. We're going to watch that again. Reggie kind of went into the right hand of the bus stop and just carried on exiting stage right. Not too sure what that was about, but it's an easy pass at the end of the day for Christian Venter. I think Reggie just caught too much curb here on the right hand side. Yeah, he turns in and the car just gets a tank slapper and he's hit the barrier, and that's going to hurt. So he's going to be limping the Honda back to the pits, and I'm sure we'll see him in the pits shortly. Oh, look further back, we see Van der Westhuizen in the Lamborghini, and he is closing in on Mr. Rohan Cilliers. And just behind them you can see Barrington Smith all over the Audi of Kleinhans. So 2 dices happening here at the same time now. Yeah, I'm not sure which one to watch. Ruan Kleinhans was all the way up the inside, but wasn't far enough ahead. Ron Barrington Smith. Yeah, he comes in the BMW. I beg your pardon. I'm calling the wrong car. It's the BMW of Dwayne Hall back there. So Dwayne Hall busy unlapping himself. He's driving through the grid. Here we go. Right, I've got my ducks in a row. Apologies, everyone. Ruan Cilliers with the Lamborghini of Van der Westhuizen just behind him. But now, super close here in this for 4th place. I'm going to stick with these guys for now. I'm just going to leave the cameras here and go and get a cold drink. I will be back in 30 seconds. Right, I'm back. Cheers to everyone Saturdays. Hope you guys are having fun, and hope you're going to stay with us for the 8 hours of the Glen here, brought to you by Raceface. And thanks to our sponsors, 95 Liveries, PWSR, Resource Complete. It all helps to bring us the racing at Raceface.PRO. Also, please don't forget to give us a like, click on the thumbs up, and click on subscribe. Mitteleni in the pits for a drive-through. So Reggie not having a good time of it here at the Glen. Not actually sure how you got the drive-through. Nalbullion seriously taking his time though to get past Christian Venter. Last lap, Christian Venter doing a 146.4 and Niall a 146.5 with Niall's quickest lap a 145.6, so he's almost a second off his normal pace. It just goes to show how much he's being retarded at the moment. But it's still early days here. We've still got to see the likes of Christian Deploy, as well as the extremely fast Morgan McCall getting into the 80k car. And then I suspect if the gap's not too far, we'll see them slowly climb their way back up into the top 3. Speaking of which, why don't we do this? I'm going to... I think that's the old one actually. Oh, here it is. Let's put some standings up on the screen. This is what we got at the moment. Team Hybrid Academy Shake. It's the boys currently in the lead. They're on 117 points. Not too far ahead of Kinetic Simworks Racing Prism at 115. With Retro Esports getting hurt in that early altercation and damage in third at 110. And then the LNR boys here in fourth place with Kinetic Simworks Racing Vibe back down in fifth. So the... trying to find where is... I can't even see 80k. They're down in 33rd, right down at the bottom. So they haven't actually finished and scored any points, but they're on it at the moment, and at least out here and having a good race. WT Boyta saying Kleinans letting him go through. Yeah, I think that's some clever racing to happen. Long way to go, and you know, if you up ahead, side by side racing, let's just go up ahead there. It's the Aston Martin, it's Celia's. There we go. Okay, so that's Dwayne Hall getting past all of these guys for Retro Esports in the BMW. Busy driving his way up the grid. And he is going to get to a certain point, and then he won't be going any much quicker because the guys up ahead are just that far quicker. But depending on their strat and when they're going to put in fuel, etc., we'll see what happens. Kleinans looking to challenge on the back of Van der Westhuizen in the Lamborghini here. We'll stick with these guys. This for an 8th and 7th place with Celia's in the Aston just ahead of them. So it's a three-way battle right now. I had a chat with Bertus the other day. We were discussing the last round coming up in December, the Spa 24 hour. That's going to be another whole handful altogether. But what were the chances of getting sponsors involved, because it would help to bolster the field? Because as you can see, we just slowly but surely every round, it just the entries become less and less, except for the teams that are fighting for the title. I think when we originally started round one, I think the entry fee was in the entry list. We were 34, 36 cars, and we almost half that now. So I understand about guys having issues and problems, but it's an endurance series, and you should still maintain and continue with it. And I say that not too seriously, but even my own team, PWS, are not in this round. So it is what it is. I think we're still going to see some exciting racing between these, at the moment, 4, possibly 5 teams up at the sharp end of the stick. We're going to go back to Niall Bullion here. He is still cruising around just within half a second on the back of the 80k car. So now it's also a matter of, let's see who's doing what as far as strats go. The guys have been running for nearly 40 minutes. And we'll have to see what happens from a refueling point of view. Who's going to refuel on the hour, or if the guys are going to try and run longer and inherit that extra pit stop. So least amount of time spent in the pits will be better for everyone. Hey Elliot, how's it? And welcome to the stream, buddy. So far so good. Ottens, it's Team Hybrid out in the lead with Mayer in the Audi hanging on. That gap's kind of static at 7.5 seconds. Further 8.5 seconds, then it's Lazar Vo in 3rd place. And then this race we're watching between Christian Venter for 80k and Niall Bullion for LNR. That's your top 5 at the moment. Unfortunately, Retro Esports had a dramatic 2nd or 3rd lap coming together. I think it was Nordier's BMW going up the hill. Heavy damage into the Armcos. So Dwayne Haller to bring the car into the pits, get it fixed, and that's put Retro Esports 1 lap down, although he is busy driving his way back up through the field. And our man Rambo Mitteleni down in 17th in the Honda. He's 2 laps back already. He's also had a huge off at the bus stop. And he's trying to do this all on his own, apparently. So it's going to be a long 8 hours for that man, that's for sure. Ron van der Westhuizen, Lambo, and he's closing in again on Saliers in the Aston Martin. Track temp, perfect conditions, ambient 21, track temp of 28. Slightly cloudy with no wind, so perfect weather conditions. And I doubt we'll see any moisture or any rain here this afternoon or this evening. It is 2:45. It's 2:45 in the afternoon here at Watkins Glen. Going a little bit further back, Jean Mostert in his Ferrari. This is the Team Iron Lynx Dames racing car from the European GT3 series. They've done exceptionally well, those ladies have. Jean Mostert running this livery car, and right behind Pretorius in his Ferrari. Here at Pretorius, fielding the colours for S. Oh, that's bad luck, buddy. Hope you healing. It can't be fun. It can't be comfortable at all, actually. Yakonodia in the BMW, and he's looking at this Ferrari. Oh, there's another car just... Oh, Buerta running wide, missing the apex completely. Pretorius is next to him, and they must see each other on their radars, so they've got to give each other room here. Ooh, this is getting close. On the brakes and into the right-hander coming out the boot, and that Ferrari goes through. So Pretorius gets a good pass done on Mr. Buerta. He's got to be aware of getting that McLaren onto the apex, and he's run wide again. And Pretorius is going to be right here. What happened to him? He was right there. Where's the Ferrari? Oh my word, here we go. Let's go back 30 seconds and see what happens. Look at this, they were 4. It was 3 here. He probably gets a tank slapper. Puts his foot down and oh, look at that. Oh, that BMW did well to miss that. Now he's got to do a 3-point turn without hitting. Yeah, good one. Now forward a bit, now backward a bit. Oh no, that's a 5-point turn. Jean Mostert not having a good time of it in the Ferrari, and he's dropped down to 15th place. Oh, good save though. He didn't hit the barriers, so no damage done. But Tinus Buerta in the pits. So he's got the McLaren in. This is 45 minutes into the stint, so this is a bit early, but maybe they started a little lighter to try and be quick. And it's time for a big refill. So here we go. Buerta pitting. Let's go back up to Van der Westhuizen. Still pursuing the Audi of Kleinhans. And Niall Bullion, we can see 2 cars ahead there. The BMW 710 still off the back of Fenter. Let's go and check what's going on with the leader. Ryan Ottens just needs to keep his focus on. Gets a little bit quiet when you're out and about and driving on your own and there isn't much traffic, etc., etc. And you start daydreaming and dwelling, but I'm sure his team's talking to him. His last lap, by the way, a 1:45.0, his best, a 1:44.7. So pretty much on pace and running quick laps. But Henry Mayer, that gap is not growing. This is static. If anything, it's closed down. So Henry Mayer of Team Early Birds in this Audi is 7.4 seconds. It's been, we've seen it between this and 7.6, 7.7 seconds. So Henry Mayer's last lap, I'll tell you now actually. That was a 1:45.6, so 2/10 quicker than Ryan Ottens, and he's quickest a 1:45.2. So not as fast as the Mercedes, but still maintaining the gap between him and second place. 7.5 seconds here with after 45 minutes. Let's keep an eye on that time. Lazarkovo, here he is, and he is going backwards. He's now 12 seconds off the back of Mayer. Lazarkovo for the first of the Team KSR cars, and this these guys last lap a 1:46.5, so Lazar coming off the pace a little bit now. A little bit slower for them. Fourth place, it's still Christian Fenter, and he's showing a little bit of damage on this Mercedes. So he's, I think, carrying a little bit of damage. You can see on the front there quite clearly. And on the side. Ooh, right, so this Mercedes has had a moment somewhere that we didn't see. The whole side of the car has been scraped. and the front, so he must be carrying at least a couple of seconds. And then Niall Bullion just behind him, running very wide through the boot toe section there. Niall Bullion's last lap a 146.8, slower than Christian Venter with a 146.3. So even though that Mercedes is a bit damaged, he's still running relatively quick laps. But I'm sure he's hoping and praying for this hour to get through. And he'll probably hand over the car to either Johan Bager or to Daniel Rowe. We'll see Reggie back in the pits with the Honda. So Reggie at least racing, but just out and having fun here. And welcome to everyone on the YouTube channel. Thanks for joining. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. And yeah, I will do my utmost. Looks like I'm in here sole for the evening. Not sure where my fellow commentators are, if any, but we'll see. Glen's pushing well here with the noughts and ones Audi for SRC, and put a bit of a gap on the Lamborghini of Van der Westhuizen, and they're now all over the back of Cilliers. So we should see some dicing happening here shortly. We'll sit in cockpit for a bit, watch their lines as they go through the track. The Aston taking a late apex, getting a better drive out of that toe section. And gets a little bit of a pull away going up the hill. Yeah, sounds good. Oh, that Aston's coming in the pits. Yes, Cilliers peels off and he's got a brake early now. Oh, there's the line. I hope he got that stopped in time. It arrives very quickly. So Cilliers pits early, 50 minutes into the stint. They in and second of the early pit stops. So there we see Gavin Scruton is in the McLaren down in 16th. So that was a driver change for them. And Cilliers in, so we'll see what happens here and who's going to get in this car, if anybody. But pit stops are happening. Caro Pretorius weaving around and just trying to distract Eric Kirstein in his BMW up ahead. Oh, and he does in fact get a huge drive. They're side by side through here. Oh, this is risky. Oh, do not move across. Wow. That was close. I don't think Kirstein's done. He's in the draft of the Ferrari now. That was close. That could have ended in a lot of tears. And now the Ferrari running defensive up to the bus stop. They brake and pile into the bus stop. And Kirstein lifts and decides against going through there quickly. But that then allows Jaco Nordier's BMW to close right up behind Eric Kirstein. And now heading down into the boot section. These guys are almost side by side. Venter in the pits. Look at this. ATK's in. So Christian Venter, he'll have some repair work to be done. Probably a new set of tyres and probably a driver change. Aston Martin is out. And we do have a driver change. So Mr. Gregory Carney is in the car. Here he is. So driver change here. And off they go. I'm going to stick with the ATK car and we'll see what happens and how long the pit stop's going to be. Ryan Ottens and gap to H. Mayer, 7.8 seconds. but they're both running away from Lazarkavo. Niall Bullion now obviously up into 4th place with and Mole comes into the pits as well. So here we go, a couple of teams coming in before the hour. So some different strats happening now. Oh, look there, the two BMWs are next to each other. Jaco Nadir going deep. Eric Kirstein undercuts, gets the cutback and into T2 and up the hill and takes the position back. It was a big long send from Nadir, but they're going to end up being side by side as they head up to the bus stop. Eric Kirstein is on the marbles. Now moves back across into the braking zone. Now takes his racing line and hammers through the bus stop as quick as he can. Fendt is out the pits, and unless we'll wait for my screen to update, it still says Fendt in the car. So maybe he's double stinting. Mole still in the pits, but I'm sure he's rolling now and should be out shortly. Just waiting for the car. There we go. Morgs is in the car, so it's driver change. Morgan McCall, super quick young driver, and he is now behind his familiar steering wheel, and he is now going to hammer in low 45s, maybe even go quicker, and we'll see how far back up. Remember, he was dicing, or they were dicing with Niall Bullion. They're in 4th place, so that's target position when Niall Bullion brings the M4 into the pits for their pit stop. Yeah, Elliot agreed. Great drive out of that corner and got a full slingshot up that straight, and pass was done. I will try and interact with you guys as much as possible. Just understand and bear with me. I'm running essentially 2 broadcast machines at the same time shortly. So there's a lot of things going on here. I got a note with interest. They didn't repair this Mercedes. So although I'm going off about damage and all the rest, clearly it's not hurting them. McCall's last lap, that's his first lap at the pit, so that lap doesn't count. But let's see what he does now. And then we'll see how quick Niall Bullion's pit is in when he comes in from 4th place, because that's going to be for position. I don't know, I can't understand doing a fuel stop and changing tires and not fixing damage. Any damage is going to be a retardation on your overall lap times, and Christian Venter didn't fix the car, so it just doesn't make sense to me. Let's go to Eric Kirstein just up ahead, and he was a lot closer than this to the BM, but he's fallen off the back of him now. Guys have been putting in some extra effort to make some very realistic and good team liveries. Let me get in this and show you some side on close-ups here. Avara Creative. Nice stuff there. And across the bonnet, it's Team Tryhard, TTHR, Team Tryhard Racing. And Caribou Networks, also one of our earlier sponsors of an endurance series. Cars look amazing, you've got to admit. Eric Kirstein up the hill and going, but Nadir's got a good drive on him and he's pulling away swiftly. Let's go to Barrington Smith, who is arriving. Ryan Barrington Smith arriving on the Lamborghini, which is now up into 6th place already. Oh, Lambo's on the right hand side, he's in the pit lane. And that's a good stop. at 6 minutes before the hour, he pulls in. So Barrington Smith goes through, and we've got LNR in 4th and 6th place at the moment. So these ninjas are flying under the radar. Henry Mayer putting a lap on the Aston Martin. That's Greg Carney. Then we see Alton Buerta as well. Ottman Buerta. He's in 15th place in their Aston Martin. So that's also driver change. He's got in. And Gavin Scruton, as we saw earlier, climbing into the McLaren. I'll be chatting with various people during the course of the evening. But anybody want to come and say hello? Come and discuss their heat, at least their stint, and how the car went and how the track is. Please feel free. I have a channel, a media chat room, and just go and join that. And as soon as I see anybody in there, I'll drag you in, and we can have a chat to everybody on the YouTube channel. Wow, that BMW going up the hill. Oh no, it was Reginald was super wide. Oh, the 80k car there. Morgan McCall goes past Rowan van der Westhuizen. And there you can see the damage. A lot of damage on that Mercedes. But yet running quick. Morg's last lap, a 45.1, ladies and gents. So, yeah, look, he's scraped the paintwork a little bit, but that doesn't stop him putting in excessively quick. I mean, that's outrageous. So a 45.1, your leader's doing 45.6s, 45.7s for Mayer, 45.9 for Lazar Vor. So this is the drive back that I told you about. We're going to see McCall bring that Mercedes back up and try and get it back into the top 5 or top 3. After him, it's got probably Christian Deploy get in the car and carry on with the momentum. So it's going to be a long haul, but let's see what happens. Einling's Ferrari in the background with the lights on already. I think he's just lighting everyone up ahead. Eric Kirstein in the pits. So here comes a driver change. He's come in and he's going to put someone in the car. And we're on the first hour. So 1 hour done of this, the 8 hours at the Glen. And you're listening to me trying to gobble on here for 8 hours. It's Alan Patterson. I expect I will go quiet for some periods and just let the auto tune carry on, and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go quiet just now as I bring up the other machine and try and get that all up and running. So might get a little quiet, but that's good. We got the whole evening. Right, Eric Kirstein, driver change. It's Hansi Meyerberg's in the car. Hansi the man. Team Tryhard Racing Boomslang, and he brings the BM out of the pits. Careful not to spin it. I've seen a few under practice just completely whip it round there. But he's out and he's on his way, and here comes an hour stint for Hansi Meyerberg. You know what? I should have forced Reggie to sit in a voice channel where we could go and pick him up. Because then we could talk to him for like arbitraries. Let me go and see if he is somewhere. No, he's not. He's hiding away. The almighty Hybrid Academy is in the pits. Here we go. Also some very trick liveries going on, and their cars are looking very, very professional. Now Bullion also in the pits. So this is it. This is our marker. This car and the 80k Mercedes. This is what we want to see. Now Bullion hits his marker as the car goes straight up on the jack. I can hear the Mercedes firing up. Right, BM's there. Ryan Ottens is rolling. Johan Krobler's in. So driver change. Ottens climbs out after putting the car 8 seconds up the road. And Bago indicating to somebody that he's out the pits and he's rolling. Awesome stint there by Mr. Ottens. But let's keep our eye on Morgan McCall, because here he is. And he's already passed, I tell you what. He's coming around the final turn. So they've passed Niall Bullion with time to spare. Niall's rolling, mind you. That wasn't a long stop for this BMW. Actually, I'm almost stuck my foot in it there. But the Merc is... Here we go. There's nowhere there was a full normal pit stop for that BMW. But they have managed to come out. Is Niall still in the car? That's the next question. He is. Looks like he's staying in the car. So Mayer in the pits. The leader comes in with the Audi now. So if they're going to short fuel or try and pull a strat move here, maybe only put in half a tank of fuel and try and get some track position. Audi's also looking a bit scuffed on the side of it, let me tell you. So Mayer's in. 35 laps. Ruan Kleinan's also in. Here he is. And here comes Reggie again as well. If only somebody could tell Reggie to get into a public voice channel. Then we could talk to him every now and then and see what's going on in that man's mind. Henry Mayer, he rolls through and he's into first. Lazar. Henry Mayer's there still. Where is our leader? Johan Krobler. Here he comes over the start-finish line. Is Mayer rolling yet? He's not. So Bago goes through. That gap was 8 seconds. This gap's bigger. He's off and he's rolling. Bago's through T2 and going up the hill already. So I think that gap's been extended. Driver change. Henry Mayer staying in the car by the looks of things. Morgan McCall. Look at this. Here we go. Told you this was going to happen. It only took a lap. Niall Bullion feeling the pressure now and Morgan all over the back of him. Into T1. Morgan sending from 500 meters back. Brakes exactly where he has to brake and fully controlled. Says thank you on the hazards. Nice and clean. Good respectful driving. On they go. And McCall essentially is now net 4th place once everybody ahead of them is pitted. We're going to check on my power's on. Hang on a sec. Right, indeed, the power's on. So I'm going to bring up another machine and just do some configuring here. I'm going to leave it. I'll leave the cam on Lazaka Vo in the pits at the moment. I see. So the temporary leader pits. Bago Krobler thundering past. And Henry Mayer is coming over the line now. We'll see what that gap is. And the gap's 16 seconds, so it almost doubled between that pit stop. Or Krobler and Ryan Ottens pitted a couple of seconds earlier, or shorter at least. So good bit of strategy playing out already. And McCall already, here he comes up into 5th. Pretorius in 4th in the Ferrari, but he has yet to pit. And then we'll see the usual suspects in the top 4. And Niall Bullion also back up into 5th place. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to try and get this machine running quickly. Right, I'm back. This is either going to be in the right position or slightly out of position, but I will get it to look right. Currently we're watching Henry Mayer as he goes past the Aston Martin. Oh, it's Barkhuizen in the Aston Martin. So, car change here. Bernard Barkhuizen is in. Lazar Cavor's climbed out the car. Oh, I think he just touched the wall there. So he's that pit stop's happened. He's just ahead of Niall Bullion. So that's a position change that's happened. I shall yeah, let's see what happens there. So I'm going to try and do a picture-in-picture here of the leader. There we go. Good thing, it's all working. So I'll fiddle a little bit and we'll try and get that fine-tuned, but we'll be able to watch two different dices happen here. Okay, everything looks good. Everything seems working. That's a first chef for Raceface. I'm convinced of it. Dual feeds happening. I'm going to put the YouTube channel over my game feed. So, as we see, Niall Bullion trying to hang on to the back of Barkhuizen. This is Morgan McCall that we're watching in picture, currently in third place. Good couple of seconds off the back of Mayer, so it'll take a while for him to get there, but we'll watch when that happens. Drop down here to see a change happen. Martin Rautenbach is in the Kinetic Simworks Racing Force BMW. He's taken over. I think this was the Jaco Nordia car earlier. And there we see Bego arriving on the back of him. So I can go into Bego's view. Here we are. And we're looking ahead at the BMW there. So some handy stuff happening here. No? Yeah, I'm getting out of the way, and Bego sends it through T1, and on he goes. Jan Bego Krobler up from Mayer by 18.2 seconds at the moment, so Mayer's going to have to pull finger if he can. Bego Krobler's last lap of 45.1, Mayer 45.4, so at the moment not quick enough. Let's see if anybody's nope, no one's there. Right, so 6 hours and 40 minutes left. Watching Ryan Barrington Smith, currently 2 seconds off the back of Lecuona. So Ethan Lecuona in the Audi, and he's trying to hang on. He's got the Ferrari just ahead of Van der Heever. Or is it Blicknote? Yeah, Blicknote. Ryan Barrington Smith now closing in on the back of the Audi of Lecuona, so this now going to become a three-way tussle for position. Carney 4.8 seconds back in the Aston Martin. Oh, Berry's up the inside of the Ferrari. So that not for position, it's a back marker. Rob van der Heeff in the Ferrari on 44 laps. Ryan Berry's on 45. Everyone else ahead of him on 45. Bagger Krobler just gone over the start-finish line to start lap 46. So coming up to 1.5 hours into this 8 hours. And that gap back to Mayer, 22 seconds at the moment. But we're going to say the typical, it's never over until it's over. So anything can still happen in the next 6.5 hours. There might be a disconnect for these teams. Somebody might pit stop incorrectly, possible drive-throughs. You never know. So let's wait and see. But at the moment, it's Krobler, Mayer, McCall back into third place after a very strong drive back. Bernard Barkhuizen in fourth, and Al Bouillon bringing up or rounding out to top 5 for LNR. Right, so we're watching some close dices going on. Two of them, in fact, at the same time. Rob van der Heefer, who is applying the pressure on Blicknote. As you can see, it's Ferrari on Ferrari. And then picture in picture, Jason Isherwood, just further up ahead, looking at the back of Altman Butte in the Aston Martin. So two close dices going on at the moment. Christian Venter, thanks for the update on the YouTube starting on practice tires. So that's why his pace was a little bit out and not up with the other guys, but did well nonetheless. And on we go with 6.5 hours to go. I'm not going to try and just say whatever just for the sake of it. So there'll be periods where it's a bit quiet. That's what it is. But at least you're getting to see two dices at once. So just some feedback here. I've noted a complaint that's been put in by the LNR boys, Ryan Barrington-Smith and the guys in the 7th place BMW, struggling that they're saying they can't get close to this car we're watching, Ethan Lecuona in this Audi. Apparently the car is bouncing around on track or on screen. And I mean, for every time that we've been on it on the live stream, it's looked 100%. So I'm not too sure what the problem is, or if there is in fact a problem here, but at the moment we'll keep our eyes peeled on this. So the Barrington Smith and LNR boys are saying they're struggling to get close, and they're afraid to get close because of the car either net coding or bouncing around, but I haven't seen anything myself, so we'll have to see what happens. Jason Isherwood doing his thing, picture in picture. He is now back up into 12th place, net 12th, after the early dramas. There's obviously still a lap down. and they'll be a lap down for the entire race. They're not going to make up an entire lap, but they are, as long as they keep themselves out of trouble and run high-paced laps all 6.5 hours and some change, they will climb their way back up into the top 10 or possibly get close to the top 5. This is the team that's currently lying third overall in this championship. So right now it's about damage limitation for them. All right, thanks JW. So currently, Bagger Krobler doing his thing. Last laps, I'll read them out. A 45.2 for our leaders. Henry Mayer 45.3, so equalizing that lap time, but still a net, what's the damage there? It's 20 something seconds back, I think. Morgan McCall 44.9 his last lap, his best of 44.2, so they are decidedly quicker on track at the moment. Barkhuizen 45.1, Niall Bullion 46.8 in the BM, Ethan Lekuonu, who they've just gone by, is a 46.7. Yeah, I did see that now actually. Ethan Lekuonu, that Audi. There we go. They're just flying up into the air. So there is definitely a problem here. I just saw that now at the end of the straight. So Kleinans is replying on Discord saying they are trying to get it sorted. They are apologizing. So suggestion to everyone else is just keep clear for now. But in saying that, Barrington, there he goes again into the trees. Is he back? He's gone now. I can just hear the Audi revving. I don't know where he is, but that car's gone. I think if I go and hunt here quickly, I'm going to find him. Watch here. Where is my game? It's behind my browser. Alright, hang on. Let's go and see if we can see where this car... Here it is. Oh dear. Boys. I'm sorry. That was funny. Dangerous, but funny. They are back in the... Jeez, they did a whole lap and they were stuck in the tree. Oh my word. Oh dear. Oh dear, sorry, but it was a Christmas ornament hanging on a Christmas tree for a while. I've got to see the humor in that. Okay, we'll go and have a look. I think somebody might want to have a chat. No one's there. Sure, so apparently Kleinans is saying he got disconnected from Discord and the team can't communicate with him. So, oh, there he goes again. And he's stuck again somewhere. And he's back on the track. And he's gone again. Yeah, I don't know. I think unfortunately this could ruin some people's races. So if Bertus is around, he needs to do something about this. As an admin, you should have the ability to disconnect the car off the server somehow, I think. Hey, Jean-Ray, thanks, buddy. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, I've got... I managed to get my other old gaming machine up and running, which I was going to get done as a secondary broadcast PC, specifically for this, allowing us to watch more than 2 or 3, not 3, but more than one dice at a time. Ryan Barrington, we'll go to him in picture right now. So, and it looks like he's finally got ahead of that Audi. So that's all the better for them. The Audi is disappearing and reappearing, but I think we'll leave that up to Bertus and the admins to resolve. So here we have Johan Bager Krobler going past some back markers and bouncing over the curbs through the pit stops, at least through the bus stop. Henry Mayer still in second place in their Audi. Here he comes, and just arriving now at the bus stop. So he's a good couple of seconds back. This, yeah, 25.5 seconds. So that gap extended from the first stint. And Morgan McCall now arriving. So we're going to stay here. But this young man with the pace that he is showing, never mind top 5, is on his way to second place at this rate. And we're 20 minutes away from the hour or from the next pit stop. So this is going to show the net outright pace of Morgan McCall. His last lap, only a 46.0, but his quickest a 44.2. So possibly being held up a bit with some traffic here and there. Right, so Lecuona's in the pits with the Audi flying around, and Carney in the Aston Martin's also in the pits. So hopefully they can get their that connection sorted. Possibly might need to do a driver change or something. There must be a netcode or a lag on one of the driver's internet connections that's causing that. But right now, this car unfortunately in the pits. And not having a good time. Mateus Brits climbs into the Avaro Racing Aston Martin. So he's taken that over from Gregory Carney. And these guys running nicely in the top 10. Pit stop completed. And they carrying on, keeping out of trouble. And that's what it's about in these endurance races, is just not getting involved in anyone's dramas. Picture-in-picture dice you're watching at the moment. It's Ryan Barrington Smith looking at his fellow teammate Niall Bullion. So it's LNR on LNR in the two BMWs, and it's about to happen if you ask me. They're side by side heading up to the bus stop. Niall just relaxing on his pace on the inside and letting the quicker of the two go by. Ryan Barrington Smith, known for his outright pace, and they move up into 5th place, but two LNR cars literally almost in the top 5, which is a good showing there. Bernard Barkhuizen, he's running all on his own at the moment. In 4th place, he is for Kinetic Simworks Racing, and going past the other Aston Martin there of the recently pitted Matthijs Brits at the moment. And we've got a cheeky Reginald Mittelani coming down the main straight, flashing at that Aston Martin, although he's probably saying, "You're welcome, mate. Glad I could help you get by easily." For those of you who don't know, Reggie has decided he's going to try and drive for 8 hours non-stop. So he's in that purple and white and red Honda. Here he is. And he is currently on 53 laps. So after 1 hour 45 minutes, he is 5 laps off the lead. So we will we'll hope he manages to get this to the end and see what happens here at midnight, 12:30. 1 a.m. tomorrow morning when the live stream actually comes to an end. Morgan is here. Henry Mayo is double stinted, so he's probably feeling a bit of a little bit of exhaustion right now, but the position is about to change, and Morgan McCall is going to go by this Audi probably on the main straight into T1. And he does. Brakes exactly where he needs to brake. And Mayer knows you can only defend so long. There's nothing you can actually do to stop the onslaught of that Mercedes-Benz. And they're back into second place after, hour 45 minutes. So I think Morgs is going to be putting in a good couple of stints. Christian Deploy still to climb in the car just now, and then we'll probably see Christian Venter get back in and hopefully maintain that pace. And looks like a 80k Mercedes is good to go for a solid second place here. And maybe if there's any problems up ahead with the hybrid boys, you never know, there could be a lead change, but I highly doubt it at the moment. Ryan Otten's pace and Bago's pace, and we still got the likes of Daniel Rowe to climb in the car. We'll see that Mercedes doing low 44s all day long. Right, so 10 minutes to the hour and Morgs is in. Outstanding stint by him, driving that car back up. They was in 12th when he got the car, but everybody, or 90% of who was ahead of him, did have to pit. So pit stop happening, and we'll see. Mayer then obviously does go through. Barkhausen goes through. Barrington Smith, etc., will go through a couple of cars, and then the whole cycle starts all over again. There he goes. See if he's staying in the car. It looks like he is. So Deploy not getting in, Fenton not getting back in. Morgs is staying in the car, so double stint from the young man. And in the picture-in-picture, we're seeing the LNR car go past Hansi Meyerberg. Hansi in 10th place for KSR. Ron Clenance back in the floating Audi, and they seem to be, or hopefully, are sorted again. Might have been one driver of the bunch, maybe Clenance himself. Sorry, not Clenance. I'm not sure who was in the car earlier, but at the moment it all looks good. We'll keep our eye peeled on it. But Mayer in second place is now coming up to the back of this Audi and going to want to come past. Blue flags are out and waving, and I'm sure Clenance will not resist. They're on lap 60, the leaders, and Mayer just behind him on 63. So they are 3 laps back. Bagger Krobler for Hybrid still out in the lead, 29 seconds up the road from Mayer, who in turn is a good couple of seconds up the road from Barkhausen in third place. What's my mouse doing? There we go. McCall currently the quickest car on the track. Morgan doing quickest lap 1:44.295. Bernard Barkhausen a 44.4, and Bagger Krobler, the hybrid boys, a 44.7. Those are your quickest laps at the moment. Hi, Henko van der Berg on the YouTube. How's it? Thanks for the update. So Ethan was in the car, Ethan Lecoona. So it could have been a problem maybe with that man's internet. That's unfortunate, but they're going to have to keep their eyes peeled on that with the other drivers and when he gets back in the car a bit later. It's got to do some ping tests and see what his net speed is and that kind of stuff. But all good for now. No harm, no foul. Audi was a... I didn't take a picture of it, man. I should have taken a picture. It was a bit of a Christmas decoration there for a moment. Jason Escherwood behind the wheel in the BMW M4. And he is closing in on Hansi Meyerberg's BMW. That gap is down to 1 point something seconds. Okay, it's out again to 4.4 seconds. But Jason Escherwood busy driving this car back up into at least the top 10 they're in now, and we'll keep on going to see how high he can get it after their troublesome start to the race. Dwayne Hall having a huge moment through the fast left-right chicane going up the hill just after the start-finish line, and he had to go into the pits for over a minute's worth of damage, which put them a lap down. No such dramas really for our top 5 at the moment. Krobler, Hybrid Boys pretty much led, give or take 1 or 2 laps from the start. Mayer's been there or thereabouts. He has actually. He had Morgan McCall dicing with him. It was Christian Fente behind the wheel. And the 80k car's been there or thereabouts all race. Barrington Smith and Niall Bullion, the 2 LNR cars, have been hovering around 4th, 5th, 6th also for the last 2 hours. So good start and a good race for these guys. And it's imperative when you take part in endurance races to stay out of trouble and not get into incidents. And I mean, yeah, look, I'm stating the obvious, but it is. As long as the car's not hurt and you can run pace and you just circulating, you'll stay in the position, and you'll be somewhere in the top of the charts come the end of the race. So that's always your ideal. Unfortunate for the retro esports team, but Isherwood and I'm sure Rowe and others are going to not Rowe, sorry, I forget now, Hall. They'll certainly try and drive that car back up as far as they can. Without some major problems by all the leading teams, they're not going to unlap themselves, that's for sure. But they will be able to get close and back into contention for possibly top 5 or close to top 5. Enka, yeah, thanks, buddy. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm here doing another 8 hour or longer. I seriously doubt I will be around to be doing the Spa 24 hours. A huge lack of other commentators and actual support. It's not too good for the streaming component of Raceface. So anyway, let's not worry about that for now. We've got 8 hours of Watkins Glen here. 2 hours of it's done. We are real time at 7 o'clock. We're carrying on until 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'll be killing the stream just around 9 o'clock. Give or take 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll start the second stream up on the new link. It's also on the race, youtube.com/raceface.pro. and you can carry on watching the second half of the round. That'll be nightfall then. These guys are going to probably finish at 10 p.m. in race. Our time 1 a.m. Sunday morning. So there we go.